Hi everyone, it's your self-care bestie Katia. And if you're new here, we talk about all things self-care, self-improvement, and productivity. Think of it as a coffee chat or just a date with your friend, your over-confrontational friend, who will tell you what you need to hear and how I think you need to hear it. Whether it's harsh or not, I'm still gonna get the message to you. So today I just have water. The power's out, so I couldn't make coffee. But hopefully for the next episode, I'm gonna have it. So today we're gonna talk about how you can actually get started with self-care, or how you can actually create a routine that works well for you. So I know we all hear self-care, self-care, and then when you go search self-care on TikTok or on Instagram, there's gonna be lots of things that you see. So I want to do something. So I googled self-care and I literally just want to read one of the definitions that comes up. So it says self-care is a conscious act people take to promote their physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional health. And I feel like this is it in a nutshell. This is a great definition. I love it. But I would define it as the act of doing activities or practices that you love or that recharge you and help keep you recharged or at peace while you do things that maybe you hate or semi love. So it helps you reduce burnout, it helps keep you at peace, it helps keep you grounded. Whatever it is that you need, your self care routine will need to be that for you. And there's a lot of information on the internet, but I want to actually tell you how I got started with my self care routine and how I create my routines for every season of my life. So the first thing you're going to need to do is to assess your specific mental, emotional, and physical needs. And there's a whole lot of aspects to our lives, but I feel like focusing on these three to start with kind of like makes you feel less overwhelmed, because if there's so many things you need to do, trust me, you're not going to do them. So start with these. Start with something that you can do to help your mental, your physical health, and your emotional health. So just start by assessing. Maybe you can ask yourself questions from 1 to 10. Emotionally, how do you feel emotionally? What parts of yourself are you neglecting? Once you assess these, then you'll know exactly what you need to do to appease these areas of your life. The second thing you need to do is assess your time and energy, because these are going to be practices that you do ideally every day or maybe once a week, depending literally on your time and your energy, and also depending on what you pick or what you decide to do. So you need to check your schedule and also how you feel, because the energy that you start with at the beginning of the day is not going to be the same energy that you end with. So make sure to assess your time and energy so that you can know how to fit these practices in your daily life. Number three, pick 2 to 3 things that you love to do. Okay, so remember, we assessed our needs. Yeah, the things that we need. Now, I want you to pick 2 or 3 things that you love to do that make you happy or that make you feel at peace when you do them. And these 2 to 3 things are the things you're going to start with. And the reason why I love starting with things that you love is because these things are familiar to you. Okay, so if you've never heard of maybe something like journaling and somebody tells you to start, you have no idea where to start from. You'll start your research on YouTube, on Google, and for some people, this can be overwhelming. So when you're starting, if you love working out and it's something that you've been doing, go ahead and just fit that like into your daily life, and that can be something to help assess your physical need. Okay, so starting with something that you love. If there's anything else that you discover along the way, you can pick that up. But when you're starting out, it's always best to start with something that you love. Number four, implement these things slowly into your day or week, depending on the time that you have to practice them. So ideally, I'd love it if you could do something to some act of self-care every day, like For me, I love herbal teas, so it's something that I do almost every day, every morning. Maybe if I'm reading a book or just doing some work, I'll be there drinking some herbal coffee, and it makes me happy, puts me at peace. So that's kind of like my form of daily self care. Of course, I do some other things as well. So if you can have like something small, well, like one of these small things that you can put into your day, if you journal, you could do it every morning while you're having some breakfast, eat something like that. Just try and implement these slowly into your day. You don't have to start, like right there and then. You could start today, and then maybe if you don't do it tomorrow, that's okay, but you have to do it on another day and just keep slowly getting them into your day and making them a habit. And number five, give yourself time to get used to this adjustment. So I know a lot of us, for me, I tend to be a perfectionist sometimes. So I want to just go hard every day. And sometimes maybe the self care can actually just burn me out, which is not supposed to do. So give yourself time, okay? You may not get used to it right away, but you will eventually if you're very intentional with your activities and your time. So give yourself time to actually get used to this new adjustment, to this new routine. You're gonna love it. And finally, don't copy anyone, please. I feel like when it comes to self care, like I said, there's so much information out there on YouTube and everywhere. And if you copy what somebody else does, it's going to be very hard for you because this person's needs are not your needs. This person is probably in a different season of their life, and you're in a different season of your life. So the worst thing that you can do is copy exactly what they're doing. You could maybe try and get the intention behind it, but still, no, I wouldn't copy somebody else's self care routine like from beginning to end. No. Have your own self care routine, have your own recharge system. So, yeah, this is basically how you can actually get started with your self care journey. So, I'm just going to go through these once more. So, the first thing being assessing your specific mental, emotional, and physical needs. The second thing is assessing your time and energy. The third thing is to pick 2 to 3 things that you love to do. Number four is to implement these slowly into your day. Number five, give yourself time to get used to this new adjustment. And number six, don't copy anybody. So basically, after you do all these things, you're gonna have literally your first self-care routine draft, I would say, that you can reflect and adjust and change over time. But overall, this is what you need to get started. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you loved this episode, give me some love in the comments and make sure to like, share, and subscribe.